Meticulous.
Exactly. The warrior maidens who attended Odin, Scandinavian ruler of the gods, and who attended the souls of slain heroes to Valhalla are called what? Harpies, Asgards, or Valkyries?
Valkyries.
Exactly. Amelia Earhart, Sandra Day O'Connor, Florence Nightingale. These three women all made news, but at different times in history. Arrange them in correct chronological order.
Sandra Day, Amelia Earhart, and Florence Nightingale.
Actually, what we were looking for was Nightingale, Earhart, and O'Connor, in that order. Okay, helium, nitrogen, and oxygen. Which gas makes up 78% of the Earth's atmosphere?
Oxygen.
Actually, nitrogen is the correct answer. And the Western concept of democracy was developed by which ancient people? The Chinese, the Egyptians, or the Greeks?
The Greeks.
Exactly right. Okay, good round, Woods Trotter. You're up to 200 points. Well done. And you can, there we go. All right. Now we go down the line to Parrot, and we start off with Barron, and next 5 years, what do you think?
I want to go to Georgetown University and major in political science.
Okay, very good. That'll be a challenge, but I'm sure you're up to it. Barden, how about you?
I want to go to UNC Chapel Hill and undecided on my major.
Okay, well, you still got a little bit of time to think about it, so wish you luck with that. Josh?
I plan to go to Duke University and major in law.
Okay, have you won the Reader's Digest sweepstakes? Money always helps on that. All right. I want to excuse me. My goodness. I want to recognize your principal, Dr. Ike Sutherland, and your coach, Vicki Hallberg. Let's thank them for their continuing efforts in this venture. All right. Let's move on to your set of questions, if I can keep talking here. Again, refer to your monitor. If you combine a word from the first column with one from the second, you'll get what architectural term that nicknames the state of Pennsylvania?
Keystone.
Yes, exactly. I'm sorry. Punctual, religious, and lazy. Which of these words is an antonym of the word secular?
Religious.
Yes, exactly. The Aeneid, the Divine Comedy, and Pharsalia. Which of these early poetic works was written by Virgil? Need an answer.
The Divine Comedy.
I'm sorry, it's Aeneid. Little Big Horn, Brandywine, and Bull Run. These three major battles all fought in the U.S. Arrange them in correct chronological order.
Brandywine, Little Big Horn, Bull Run.
Very close. Brandywine, and then Bull Run, and then Little Big Horn. And the energy that flows from a warmer material to a cooler material is called what? Heat, potential energy, or temperature?
Heat.
Yes, exactly. And the type of government in which a few wealthy people hold power over the larger group of citizens is known as what? A democracy, a monarchy, or an oligarchy?
Oligarchy.
Exactly right. And that completes the round. Parrot, you're now at 240 points. Well done. All right, we go to round number 3 now, and everybody's back on the buzzers. 10 points for a correct answer, 10-point penalty incorrect, and everybody refer to your monitors throughout this round. Here we go. President of Poland in the 1990s. He was the leader of the independent trade union Solidarity. Yes, Parrot.
Wojciech.
Actually, we were going to ask for who helped to bring down communism. Lech Wałęsa is the answer we needed. Okay. Matisse put his own tiny picture in the middle of his painting of an apartment in Nice. Yes, Parrot.
France.
We were going to ask a French city on what sea, which is Mediterranean. Okay, this Polish-born English novelist is the author of such works as Lord Jim and Heart of Darkness, which explore the vulnerability of man. Who is this 20th century writer? Okay, Joseph Conrad is the answer. Which of these numbers is a composite number? Yes, Parrot.
35.
Exactly right. Spring flowers like these were a favorite of what African-American author of Native Son and Black Boy? Okay. Richard Wright is the answer on that one. Located appropriately in Vienna, this is a monument to what composer known as the Waltz King? Yes, Orange.
Mozart.
Actually, Johann Strauss is the correct answer. This nuclear power complex in northern Ukraine was the site of the world's Parrot.
Chernobyl.
Exactly right. Poland is bordered on the north by what body of water? Yes, Orange.
North Sea.
Actually, the Baltic Sea is the correct answer. Built in the 4th century BC, this temple was home to the famous oracle or prophet that spoke Apollo's words. Where is this influential religious site of ancient Greece? Okay, Delphi is the correct answer. And the last question of the round, this temple, Parrot.
Parthenon.
Yes, exactly. Save me some time on that. All right, let's recap the scores. Orange High 220, Woods Charter 200, and Parrot at 250. Still have 2 rounds to go, and we'll get to all of that right after these messages. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Round 4 is called the Zap Round, where our teams pick the set of questions their opponents will attempt to answer. And within these questions, there are interrogations about certain geographical locations and countries on the Earth, and we'll have specific questions about those spots. Okay, I'm going to turn to Corbin with Woods Charter, and you get to pick the packet for Orange.
Packet number 2, please.
Number 2 it is, and all of you will have an opportunity to get a 25-point bonus in this round if you answer all 8 questions correctly. All right, Orange, here we go. What is the capital of Ukraine?
Kiev.
Exactly right. To celebrate the French Revolution, composer François Gossec wrote a work for 300 instruments, found in what section of the orchestra that includes flutes and oboes?
Woodwinds?
Yes, exactly. There are 2 mountainous areas in Ukraine. One is the, Carpathians. What is the other?
Crimea.
I'm sorry, Crimean is the answer we were looking for. All right, science question, refer to your monitor. 10 grams, 100 grams, or 1,000 grams. Which of these is the weight of 1 liter of water under standard conditions?
100?
Actually, 1,000. Sorry, it's the correct answer. There are over 100 chemical elements, but the only one with a 3-letter name is what metal whose symbol is SN?
10?
Yes, exactly. Which church in Ukraine that has the largest number of members? Want to guess?
Roman Catholic?
Okay, Orthodox Church is the correct answer. Now, math question, refer to your monitor. What is the value of x in this equation? You didn't answer. Okay, it's 1. Sorry about that. All right, and what is the minimum age requirement for the office of President of the United States?
35?
Yes, exactly right. Okay, that completes the round. Orange, you're up to 300 points. All righty, moving on down the line. Go to Barden with Parrot, and you pick the questions for Woods.
3.
Number 3 it is. And Woods, here is your first question. Name the capital and largest city of Poland. You'll kick yourself. Warsaw is the correct answer. All right, what is the term used for a government by the people in which the political power lies in the hands of all citizens?
Democracy.
Exactly right. Name the religious leader that is known throughout the world who came from Poland.
Pope.
Well, can you be more, is that good enough? Okay, cool. We'll do that. All right, science question, refer to your monitor. Electron, neutron, meson. Which of these subatomic particles was the first to be discovered?
An electron.
Exactly right. Scientists have reported that over the last century, Earth's temperature has warmed 1 degree as measured in what temperature scale commonly used in the United States?
Fahrenheit.
Exactly right. To make a new movie version of Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, you would most appropriately film on location in London and what other city? Hey, Paris is the correct answer. Math question, refer to your monitor. What is the value of x in this equation? Okay, 28 is the correct answer. And the government of Poland is a what? A theocracy, a dictatorship, or a democratic state?
A theocracy.
Actually, it's a democratic state. Sorry about that. But still a good round. Woods Charter, you're now at 280 points. All righty. Parrot gets the leftovers here. Here we go. First question. Its monetary unit is the drachma. Athens is its capital.
Greece.
Greece, exactly. The highest land in Greece is 9,570 feet above sea level. What is the name of the region that claims to be the country's highest point?
Mount Olympus?
Yes, exactly right. Freedom of speech is protected by which amendment to the Constitution? Take a guess.
First?
Yep, exactly right. Science question, refer to your monitor. Electrophoresis, electrodialysis, electrolysis. Although the ancients thought that water was an element, today we know that it can be decomposed by passing an electric current through it in a process